Hello and welcome back. You know, Steve Jobs had once said, "I'd give up all my technology for an afternoon with Socrates." Socrates was the type of teacher who didn't dictate. There was no dogma. There was no lecturing with Socrates. Socrates was the first philosopher to actually question our way of thinking. He asked people critical questions in order to arrive at the truth. So what would Socrates ask you today about your problem? Coming up is an amazing exercise that's going to help you clarify what it is that's really bothering you and how to overcome it. Okay, now first I want you to write down or think of the exact thought that's causing you anxiety and stress. Go ahead, you can even pause this video and write down the thought that's causing you anxiety and stress. If you can bring it down to one sentence, like, "I'm really afraid that," "I'm very concerned that would be the best of all. The second question, is it true? You know, we do an awful lot of lying to ourselves. If you read Daniel Goleman's book, Vital Lies, The Lies We Tell Ourselves, you will understand how much we actually lie to ourselves. There are so many false beliefs in our head that we really need to question our own thoughts. This is exactly what Socrates had his students do. So ask yourself this very important question: is this thought 100% true? Go ahead and ask you the third question. Are you making any misrepresentation in your mind? Just ask yourself, am I misrepresenting that thought? In other words, am I exaggerating? Am I dramatizing? Have I, made a big scenario in my mind and really things, if I do a reality check, it might not be so accurate? Just check with yourself if you're distorting thoughts in any way. Now I want you to really think of the people you've admired and go over in your mind, how would these people have handled it differently? How would they be handling it if they were in exactly the same scenario as you? Just take a moment and pause. Who are the people you admire? I think of people like Nelson Mandela. I think of someone like Elon Musk. I think of someone like Mother Teresa. Some people think of Tony Robbins. Who is your business mentor, or who is in your private life, someone who you really admire how they handle their relationships? And say, how would that person or these people handle this differently? The fifth question I want you to ask yourself is, have you ever gone through anything similar, and have you handled it well then? I mean, have you been in an equally difficult time, and how did you manage to get through that time? Because perhaps you can borrow from that experience, or you can borrow from the way you were, the state that you had put yourself into, and you were empowered and you took the right decision and you made the right move. Now, if you've made a mistake in the past, what corrective action would you need to take to make the right decision now in your life? Go ahead and ask yourself that question so we can move to the next. So now ask yourself, what decision do you want to take now? What is the best and wisest decision you can take to have a win-win situation in the case you find yourself now. Before you decide, I just want you to put yourself in a confident state. We all know how much physiology and the body posture, the things that are going on in our mind. So I just want you to clear your mind, take on a confident posture, stand up if you have to, do a few stretches, chest up, step up, and make that decision now.